Join Compass for Friends Forever, Israel, and a cruise for Christian singles 25 plus in November 2009. It's hard to describe what it's like to stand on the top of the Mount of Olives overlooking the old city of Jerusalem, or having a Bible study on the Sea of Galilee, or visiting Capernaum where Jesus based his ministry. And imagine what it would be like to walk through the Garden of Gethsemane, pray at the Wailing Wall, or have communion at the site of the empty tomb. Israel has a rich history, and it's the only spot on the planet where God walked, taught, and taught. And from the time your feet touch Israeli soil until you leave again, you're very aware that this is God's special place on earth. After you've visited this land, you'll never again read your Bible the same way. But this is more than a trip to Israel. You'll be joining hundreds of single 25-plus evangelical Christians covering Israel from the Sea of Galilee to Jerusalem, and also having the option of visiting 4 more countries: Egypt and the Pyramids, and Petra, Jordan, and a cruise from Athens, Greece to Ephesus, Patmos, Rhodes, and Corinth. Wow! In all, over 100 biblical sites on this trip of a lifetime. You can leave a few days early on your Israel trip and visit 2 of the 7 wonders of the world, the Egyptian pyramids and Petra, Jordan. The pyramids of Giza and Sphinx in Egypt are simply stunning. And you'll also visit the Egyptian National Museum, where King Tut's artifacts are on display. After 2 nights in Egypt, you'll fly to Jordan and spend 2 nights in Petra, a photographer's dream come true. Many Bible prophecy experts believe Petra is where the Jews will flee during the coming tribulation period. Then you'll cross the nearby border of Israel and take an awesome lunch cruise on the Red Sea, where you can swim, snorkel, or scuba dive in the world-famous pristine waters around Eilat. The next day, you'll travel up to Tel Aviv, visiting Beersheba, home of Abraham and Sarah, Elah and the Valley of David and Goliath, and Joppa, where Jonah left on his ill-fated rendezvous with the giant fish. Then, everyone's dream trip begins. Beginning in Tel Aviv, you'll travel up the Mediterranean coast, visiting Caesarea, where Paul was held prisoner, Mount Carmel, where Elijah called the fire down from heaven, the breathtaking view of the Valley of Armageddon, Jesus' birthplace of Nazareth, Cana, and Mount Arbel, spending the night on the Sea of Galilee. The next day, you begin with a Bible study on the Sea of Galilee, visit a 2,000-year-old ancient boat, walk the famous Mount of Beatitudes, stroll Capernaum, where Jesus based his ministry, and have the option of being baptized or rebaptized in the Jordan River. Before dinner, there'll be an Israeli wine tasting and meet and greet mixer. From Galilee, you'll head to the Dead Sea, visiting Beth Shen, passing by ancient Jericho, visiting Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found, and En-Gedi, where David hid in a cave from King Saul. After spending the night on the Dead Sea, the lowest point on earth, you'll visit magnificent Masada, where King Herod built a phenomenal palace. Then you'll begin your ascent to Jerusalem. Your first glimpse of Jerusalem will stay with you forever. The first day, you'll visit the Temple Mount, where Jesus will reign as king over the earth during the millennium, the Wailing Wall, the archaeologically rich Southern Steps, the Old City Jewish Quarter, the Rabbinical Tunnels, the Temple Institute, and David City. The second day, you'll start with a Bible study on the Mount of Olives, walk Palm Sunday Road to the Garden of Gethsemane, visit Caiaphas' house, where the Jews held Jesus overnight, and then walk the Via Dolorosa from Antonia's fortress, where Jesus was sentenced by Pilate, to Golgotha, where he was crucified. There, you'll have the privilege of worshiping through praise, led by Buck Storm, and celebrating communion at the empty tomb, one of the most impacting places in all the world for born-again believers. From Israel, you have the option of flying into Athens, where you'll visit the Acropolis with the magnificent Parthenon, and Mars Hill, where Paul addressed the Greeks. From there, the New Testament will come alive as you board the awesome cruise ship Aquamarine, where the first port is picturesque Mykonos. The next morning, you'll arrive in Rhodes, home of another of the 7 ancient wonders of the world, the Colossus of Rhodes. In the afternoon, you can attend Bible studies taught by popular Bible teacher Gerald Robison and best-selling Christian author Frank Peretti. Sunday, you'll visit stunning Ephesus, one of the best-preserved church-age sites in the world, with its main street, library, and 25,000-seat outdoor theater. Then, after lunch on the ship, you'll visit the Isle of Patmos and enter the cave that John lived in while he penned the book of Revelation. You'll have a great Bible study with the ship and Patmos Harbor in the background. Finally, you can extend one more day in Athens to visit the ruins of biblical Corinth, where the Bema seat is still visible today. To top it off, you'll have extra time to shop in the famous Plaka shopping district in Athens. Each night, you have the option of singing praise with singer, songwriter, and recording artist Buck Storm, or joining in on any of the numerous shipboard activities. So join us, as it'll be Bible by day and praise by night, covering Israel from Galilee to Jerusalem, and options to visit the Egyptian pyramids, Petra, Jordan, the Red Sea, Athens, Ephesus, Patmos, Rhodes, and Corinth. Wow! There's no other trip like Friends Forever, single Christians 25 plus, visiting so many sites in the Holy Land. And it's easy to hold your space so you can begin making plans to travel. To reserve your place, simply fill out the registration page in the Friends Forever brochure and mail it today. Or register online at www.compass.org. We hope you can join us, as anyone will tell you that's traveled with us on any of our past 35 Israel trips and cruises. This is definitely the trip of a lifetime. So grab a friend, or let us find you a roommate that will be a new friend forever.